Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And today it is another brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer? And joining me on today's episode is Cosplayer, Skies in My Eyes Cosplay. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Hey, you're welcome. And I could tell by that smile that this interview is going to be good. But before we get into today's interview, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And like D always says, like, follow, subscribe, podcast link down in the description. So let's go ahead and get into this. So, man, this is the second episode for Who's That Cosplayer during the Great Turkey War. You know, last week I had Amber Berry Cosplay up here, and you know, she's ready for the Great Turkey War. And you know, we're gonna talk about a little bit about the Great Turkey War at the end of this interview. But the first thing that I like to ask all of my guests when I have them come up here is, what is your origin story? Every hero or villain has one, so tell everybody who you are.
Okay, hi, my name is Gab. So I first started getting into cosplay when I was only 11 years old. I'm 27 now, so it's been a while. I didn't even know I was technically cosplaying. Back when I was a kid, I started watching Naruto, and I was obsessed with it. And when I first started watching it, I didn't even know like what anime was. I just thought it was a cool cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom helped me make my first costume. It was one of the Akatsuki robes, but we just used a regular bathrobe and we cut out these little felt clouds and put them all on it. So I wore that for Halloween, and my friends were like, "Oh, cool, you're cosplaying." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I had no idea what like cosplay was. And then they showed me all these pictures and they're like, "You know, there's a con like right over by our area." And I was like, "What?" What are you talking about? So I was probably, the first time I actually went to a con, I was about 13 years old, and I dressed up as Naruto. And my mom, so cute, she made a little ramen costume. She like dressed up as like the cheap little 90-cent ramen.
Nice.
And
That's
wore
awesome.
that around with me.
That's awesome.
So,
and go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. No, from there, I just skyrocketed, made friends, and I keep on going.
You leveled up.
100%.
No, I think that that's awesome. And, you know, as you can see with the slideshow that I have in the background, it's interesting that you have brought up Naruto, because like when I was going through your photo so that way I could get pics for the slideshow, I saw that Naruto cosplay too. And it's awesome that, because I know on the Instagram post, you was just like, this is where I started from, and like, this is where I am now. And that's one of the things that I love about cosplay, because it's like everybody has a cool origin story on, you know, when they first got into cosplay. And like how you said, you didn't even know what cosplay was. You was just wearing the outfit, having a good time. And your friends told you, "Hey, it's a con here, you should come to it." So what was the name of that con that you had went to?
That was Genericon. Unfortunately, the con kind of died out with COVID. The local college over here, RPI, has been trying to get rid of the convention now for a couple years, and that was just a good excuse to get rid of it, sadly.
That's the worst. And you know, I'm just thankful now that things are kind of going back to normal, that you know, that the con scene is starting to come back around, because it's like, I've always loved going to cons. I've always loved seeing people in different outfits, especially when you see the regulars who go every year and like they always have something new. And I just always think that it's interesting. And I'm just thankful that, you know, now with what we're doing on my podcast, that we can go to these cons now and we're interviewing cosplayers while they're there at the con. And I just always love how everybody's just like, I've never been interviewed before. And I was just like, hey, I'm Benjamin Banks. Hey, just follow my lead. That's what I always say. Everybody that I interview, just follow my lead. But I wanted to piggyback off of the Naruto thing too, because just last weekend I was at Hampton Comic-Con, and Colleen O'Shaughnessy, she voices Ino on Naruto. And I remember one of the things that somebody had asked, because I was doing a Q&A, and somebody had asked, how did you feel when Sakura ended up with Sasuke? Because, you know, they thought that Ino should have ended up with Sasuke. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, that's an interesting question, but it's not like she writes the show. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I'll ask you that question. Like, how do you feel about? Like, do you think that that's a good question? How do you feel about not hooking up with Sasuke and Sakura ended up with him?
I mean, personally, I don't think would have been right for Sasuke anyways. But Sasuke deserves to be by himself. Fuck that man.
Yeah, no, I
totally
agree. Man, because I just finished watching Shippuden for the first time last year.
Oh, okay.
And I remember when I was at the gym, and it was the episode where Sakura had told Naruto that she loved him, and like I was doing cardio, right? I stopped in the middle. I'm like, come on, man. It's so like mad. all this time. This man has had feelings for you and everything, and like now you're gonna sit here and tell him that you love him. I'm just like, nah, I'm not. Like,
that's not even right.
It wasn't.
I was upset because she was just like playing with his emotions, and he's like, nah, I'm not about that.
I 100% agree, and I'm telling you, man, when I really started loving Hinata when Naruto was fighting against Pain, and when it's like everybody was scared, they didn't know what to do. Hinata was the only person that went down there and helped my boy. I was just like, yes. I was just like, Naruto, stop being so dense and just tell this girl that you love her.
Exactly. I 100% agree with you. I used to think Hinata was so annoying. Mm-hmm. But after that moment, I was like, okay, I guess I can jump on board.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So now, since we're still talking about Naruto, let me ask you, who is your favorite character on the show?
This is really sad, but it's Neji Hyuga.
Hey.
So.
Okay. All right. I like
that. My heart.
Yeah, I really wish that they would have did more with him in Shippuden. But Neji, he was one of the guys that I used to love playing with, and I believe it was Naruto, not Ultimate
Clash Ninja.
Which one? It was the first Naruto game that came on PS2. Was it Ninja? No, Ninja Storm is the one that was on PS3, right?
Was it Clash of Ninjas Revolution?
It was one of those, but I just remember Neji special. He would be like 2 palm, 4 palm, and I was just like, yo, like this is dope. But taking it back to cosplay. So, you've been cosplaying now for all these years. What are some of your favorite outfits that you've worn?
Oh my God, there's literally so many. I'm a huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts series, so getting my friends together, we did some of the organization members. I was Demix. I really love doing that because I connect with him. We have a lot in common, I feel like, in characters, so that was fun to do. Honestly, anything I can really do with a group. I love just getting together with my friends and seeing us all together in matching outfits is so much fun.
Nice. I think that it's always cool when you get a group of people that you can go to the cons with and, like you said, wear matching outfits and be a unit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, keeping 100%. On the con subject, I want to ask you, like, what have been some of your favorite moments from going to the cons?
Definitely meeting people. So my current roommates, I met at a convention when I was in 8th grade, and we've been friends now for, 12, 13 years. Mm-hmm. And we met through cosplay. Like, I met some of the most amazing people going to cons and dressing up like a little dork. And like, I met Lily. I met my girlfriend through being in a cosplay dance group.
Nice.
It's just awesome.
And hey, look, since you just mentioned the dance group and since you just mentioned Lily, I was about to segue into that next. And as Skies in My Eyes Cosplay just mentioned, she's dating Hesitant Lillian. And Lillian is somebody that I interviewed up here. They're the leader of the Honey Pop Dreamers. And hey, since we're talking about it, hey, let's get into it. So, like, how did you get into the Honey Pop Dreamers?
Well, with Honey Pop, I'm currently living in New York and I'm moving to Maryland in 2 weeks?
Nice.
So I saw there was an opening for a position in Honey Pop, and I was like, you know what, that's going to be a good way for me to make friends. I'm moving to Maryland knowing absolutely nobody there, like no family, no friends, nothing, just moving there for college. It's cheaper than coming here, and I get in-state residency like automatically.
Nice.
So I saw there was a position open. I think they posted it on either Facebook or Instagram, but I saw there was a position for somebody to be in a cosplay dance group for Love Live. And unfortunately, my group here, about 2 years ago, we decided to break up. and I wanted to get back into being in a 9-person group. And I put in my application. I told them I knew CJ Rose Cosplay, who's already part of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And we're friends. I know them. Please let me in. I want to make more friends in the area that I'm going to be living in.
Nice. And just to let everybody know, like Skies was just saying, CJ Rose Cosplay and then Hesitant Lillian, those are two people that I've interviewed, and you can watch those interviews here on the channel. Just type in their names and they'll pop right on up. But I think that that's interesting. Like, you saw that there was an opening and then you joined the group. And how has it been, being a part of the Honey Pop Dreamers? Because like I said, I've interviewed a couple of them, like Starry Arcana. I've interviewed Cupcake Cosplay, Dandelion Thighs, Miss Nikki Mouse. I've interviewed almost all of them. I'm trying to interview everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that way, this would be like my first group on Who's That Cosplayer, where it's like I interview like all the members. But
oh my god, that's so sweet.
Thank you. Hey, that's what Benjamin Banks does. It's like I always say this on the podcast. When you're here, we're like Olive Garden, we're like family, and I'm trying to interview the whole crew. You know what I'm saying? So tell me, like I said, how was it, becoming a part of the Honey Pop Dreamers?
All the members of Honey Pop are super sweet. I haven't done a project with them yet. We are currently doing a bunch of practices for a project that we have coming up at the beginning of next year.
Nice.
So we're working on that right now, and it's gonna be, I think, the group's first 9-person in person.
Oh wow!
Doing 9 people. So that's super exciting, and we're all working crazy hard right now.
Nice. And I can't wait to see that. And when y'all do it, I'm going to definitely have it on the page and whatnot, because, I support you guys. I support all the cosplayers that I have come up here on Who's That Cosplayer. Now, and I want to ask you, so is dancing something that you've been doing your whole life, or is it something that you got into later on in life?
I've always wanted to do dancing when I was younger, but when I was little, we weren't in the financial place to really do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that I started doing more as an adult. My first group that I was a part of, my roommate Marissa, Phantom Flames Cosplay, we were just doing it for like a way to work out, and we're like, you know what, let's just do these Love Live dances. They have them online. We can just work. This will be our workout. We'll just do these dances.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found out like people actually like get a full group of 9 girls together and wear the costumes and do it. So that's when we started doing that, and that was about 5 years ago.
Nice. Now, I've never asked this question up here on Who's That Cosplayer, because it's like I said, I've interviewed like a lot of members of the Honey Pop Dreamers, and then I've interviewed people who aren't a part of the Honey Pop Dreamers, but like they're Love Live fans. So I wanted to ask, what does Love Live mean to you? Because it's like, for all of you guys, I know that it's a really super popular anime, and I never heard about Love Live until I had Miss Nikki Mouse up here, and like they were the one that introduced me to it. But like I said, it's a super popular anime. Since I've been introduced to it, I've been seeing it pop up everywhere. So like, what does it mean to you?
Honestly, it's brought me so many close friends, and it means a lot. You either meet some of the best people or some of the worst people in that fandom. There's no in between, really. But my closest friends that I have that do cosplay, they're all Love Livers.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And like I said, with some of the people that I've had come up here, I've seen them do performances, whether it be on Instagram or I've seen them do performances where they performed at a con. Like when I interviewed Endless Dream Cosplay, and they had won the contest at KatsuCon 2019. So I want to ask, they won it. And like that, I believe that they said that was their first time performing as a group, you know what I'm saying? So I think that that's awesome. So I wanted to ask you, like, have you ever performed on stage at a con or anything like that? All right, let's talk about it.
I love performing live. I honestly like that more than shooting the PV style videos.
Mm-hmm.
We performed live, my old group, Tsubasa Stars. We performed live at Genericon 2 years in a row, where we were on stage with the bright lights and everything. We also performed at Toricon, and a couple of our members performed at Katsu too.
Nice.
So I love it. I'm a theater kid.
Nice.
So it's a nice way to get to still be on stage and still get to release that energy, but like doing it into dorky little Japanese songs.
Mm-hmm. Who's that cosplayer?
Endless Stream Cosplay.
Yeah, and like y'all be killing it too. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch these videos and I just like, dang man, like they got moved. I wish I could dance like that. It's like I can't dance for worth 2 quarters. The 2 quarters could probably dance better than me. I tried.
Oh, we could teach you. We could teach you.
And that's what I'm looking. Hey, that's what I need to hear. It's
we
like because the thing is, it's just like you need somebody to teach you. You know, just like with me being a professional wrestler, it's like it's not like I just walked right into the ring and I just got in there and did it. It's like I was taught. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I want to ask you, like, so how does it feel when you're on stage? It's a group of people in front of you. The lights are shining on you. Like, how does that feel?
Honestly, you can't even really see the people that are in front of you. You just hear them. It's nervous because like you've been practicing for months and months on end, making sure, especially with Love Live, there's normally 9 girls in a group. So trying to get 9 people to move in sync to do all the spacing together. And you have this one moment when you're on stage and you can't go back. Like with the videos that we do, we can film over and over and over again until we get it right. When you're on stage, it's all or nothing. And that adrenaline, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Because it's like I did stand-up comedy for a little bit. And I agree. It's just like when you're on stage, it's like if you mess up, it's just like either the crowd, they're going to either turn south and they're going to either boo you off stage or they're just going to heckle you while you're on stage. And it's hard to try and recover. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, with you guys performing on stage, I feel like if you mess up or if somebody else mess up, like it just messes up the whole synchro. What's the word? It's a big word.
Synchronicity?
Yeah, no, that's not the word, but synchronization.
Synchronization.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what I was trying to say, but you get what I'm saying. It's just like if somebody messes up, like that can just throw everybody off. Like, has something like that ever happened while you've been performing? You don't have to say any names.
Actually, with me, we had these light up costumes, and my battery pack fell. And it was smacking me as I was dancing. So we didn't mess up, but I was caught off guard. It just like kept on hitting my leg. And right when the dance stopped, I booked it off stage. I was like, oh God, no. I'm like trying to carry my stupid little battery pack with me that's smacking my leg. And if you go back into the video, you can like see it just fall.
I know. And it's like, you know, you just got to keep on going too. Like I know that I was in a wrestling match before and it's like my singlet, what had happened? I think, yeah, it was coming down and I was just like, man, I hope nobody sees my bare behind, man. Cause it's like, you know, you see some guys, it's like they'll wrestle and it's like their stuff falls out. Like there's this guy that he used to wrestle. And I remember he was wrestling one time and like his pants came down in the match. And it's just one of those things, just sitting there in the crowd and just like, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but it's like, how do you recover from your pants coming down? You know?
You don't.
So thank God that never happened to me. But moving it along, I wanted to ask you, you know, when you're not cosplaying, like what are some of your hobbies that you're into?
So I'm a photographer as well. So I do cosplay photography, sports photography, and I'm also a full-time student. So right now that's taking over quite a bit of my life, more than I would like it to. But, you know, gotta finish school so I can move on with my career path. Not that that's a hobby, but it's what I'm doing right now.
Now, are there any animes that you're currently watching? I know Love Live has to be up there, but are there any other ones that you're watching?
I'm a huge My Hero fan, so I've been religiously watching that. I know season, 6 right now?
Season
just
5.
ended. Five. That just ended, but I went to go see the movie literally 2 nights ago.
And I was about to bring that up.
Oh yeah, I saw it with Lily. Lily and I were in cosplay. I'm about to post that picture, but I was dressed up as Bakugo and she was Ochako.
Also, now let me ask you that: is that a ship that you ship? Because I know that there's a lot of fans that like that ship.
Lily really likes the ship, but personally, I think Bakugo and Kirishima is where it's at.
See, I've heard that from a lot of people before. It's like, honestly, between between Kirishima and Ochako, like those are always the ships that I see people that want to see Bakugo with. I mean, I've seen some where they wanted him with Cammy, but I honestly
I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I mean, it makes no sense to me. But for me, it's always going to be Midoriya and Ochako. Like, I just love their relationship.
Exactly.
It's just like I was just talking with my podcast co-host about this earlier, where I was just like, I love the fact that in the anime and the manga that Deku and Ochako, they put their feelings for each other to the side so that way that they could focus on being better heroes. And I was just like, bro, like when it gets to the end of the series and they finally kiss, like I'm gonna lose it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that we've been waiting for. And like that's one of the things that I love about My Hero Academia is that you really don't get any love story. You know what I'm saying? No. It's just like you see characters and you're just like, maybe like with Azawa. I don't know what I was about to say Akazawa. I don't know why. But with Azawa and Miss Joke, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you saw them interact with each other, just like, it could be something there. And then, you know, it's just like you don't know. But you know, the talk about the movie and the movie that Skies in My Eyes Cosplay was just talking about was My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission, which we do have a review for here on the channel. I want to ask you, what was your favorite part of the movie?
Oh my gosh. I really liked the new character that they introduced, Rhodey. And I'm not going to give any spoilers, but his backstory.
You can. If you ain't seen it by now, it was sad.
It got me. So we went to go see the movie with my 2 other roommates that I live with, and they just look over and there's me and Lily, and we're just crying listening to the backstory.
Yeah, it was a sad backstory.
It was sad, but honestly, I really loved Rhodey. I loved the way that him and Deku got to interact and how they were parallels of each other. True parallels, and getting to see how they both work to create a friendship. It was really good.
Yeah, when you think about it, I don't know if you've seen this movie, but it's like the anime version of Luca, because I mean, like that's what Alberto and Luca did. Is it Alberto?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. It's been a minute since I've seen that movie, but I remember Luca though. But you know, I mean, like that's pretty much what Deku and Rhodey had did, and I loved the backstory too. I loved, you know, when we finally found out what Rhodey's quirk was. I thought that the movie was awesome. It's definitely my second favorite in the series. My favorite is Heroes Rising, but that fight
100%.
Yeah, it's like I love Heroes Rising. Like I don't care what anybody says about it. I've seen that movie over 100 times. I love the music. I love that Bakugo and Deku, they worked together to defeat Nine, and it was hype. You know what I'm saying? But the fight at the end of this movie is my favorite fight out of all the 3 movies, because it's like when Deku, when he powered up, and I was the only person in the movie theater screaming, and my jaw dropped, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing on the screen, and I ended up getting lockjaw because I couldn't close my jaw, because I was just like, I was just like, is he really doing this? And he was just like, United World. I was just like, bro, oh my god. But yeah, screaming. Yeah, I was just like, but the reason why nobody else in there was screaming was because this was the 12 o'clock showing and the theater wasn't really packed. So I'm pretty sure if I would have went like at the 7 o'clock showing where like all the fans were up in there and the theater was packed, man, I've been to these showings and it's just like people have been losing their mind. Like when I went to go see Heroes Rising, I cried because I was just like, is this really it for Deku? Yep. Like, is he really not gonna have the quirk? And relax. Hey, look, Deku, I got you right here on the table with me. But yeah, it's a really good movie. And I want to ask you this: who's your favorite character in My Hero Academia?
Bakugo.
Okay.
Bakugo 100%, just like his character development throughout the beginning of the series to the end, like, or not the end, but where we are now. It's amazing. It's been great to watch him grow as a person and as somebody who, like, I thought he was just gonna be another Sasuke. I thought he was gonna go off and become a villain, but no, he's like, fuck you. Yeah, when he got kidnapped, I was so worried. I'm like, oh shit, no, they got him. But he's like, no, fuck you. I'm gonna be a hero. You can't change my mind. I'm gonna be the world's best hero. Let me show you.
Yeah, and I just love his development as well. Now, do you read the manga or you only watch the anime?
I do read the manga.
Okay, so a spoiler alert, if you don't read the manga, I want to say skip like the next 3 minutes of this. But yo, his development from where he first started at to where he's at in the manga now, like when he said, Deku, I'm sorry, when he apologized,
I cried.
I was just like, yo, like, and that's good character development, because I used to hate Bakugo when it first started, but then you know, you see like the reason why he is the way that he is, and because Deku finally got a quirk, and because he saw that Deku was getting better than him, getting stronger than him, it's like, you know, he had to change it up. And I always loved the one quote where him, Todoroki, they had to redo their hero licensing exam, and when he told the one kid, he was just like, if you're always looking down on others, you'll never be able to work on your own weaknesses. And I was just like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like Bakugo be saying some real stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I do like his character development. I do like the rivalry between him and Midoriya, and that moment in the manga when he pushed Midoriya out of the way and saved him, and it gave me flashbacks to when Midoriya went to save him. Oh my god,
literally was crying. Anytime Bakugo does something, I'm pretty much in tears.
Yeah, I love it. The only thing that, because I was just on the My Hero Academia podcast, and this is something that we were talking about, was one of the things that I did not like about World's Heroes mission was the fact that it's just like every time somebody told Bakugo to do something, he was just like, stop giving me orders. And I'm just like, I can understand like if it's a couple of times or like maybe like one or two, but it was throughout the entire movie. Like every time Todoroki said something, don't give me orders, stop giving me orders. I'm just like, Bakugo, we get it. Now maybe this might just be the dub version because I still got to see it sub, but it's like one of the points that I made was that Bakugo, his character development, like we've been talking about, like it's grown since the beginning, and like he works better with people now, you know what I'm saying, especially from what we see in the anime and the manga. So it's just weird when like they just keep on putting that in the movie. It's the same thing like if Deku was still crying, you know what I'm saying, he's grown,
exactly,
you know. So like that, it was just a small nitpick, but I just don't like that. But moving along, because it's like I feel like we can talk about My Hero Academia all day, and we're getting towards the end of this thing. So like I mentioned earlier, the Great Turkey War is coming up, and you know, I'm training, you know, I'm getting ready, because it's just like you know, you might be going to one house, you might be going to two houses, you might be going to three houses, and you got to be prepared for this thing. So I want to ask you, on the Great Turkey War, what is your favorite meal that you like to eat?
I'm definitely all about the whole cranberry sauce, not the canned stuff, fresh made with just chunks of cranberries in it. That's my favorite part of Thanksgiving, getting to have that, honestly. Turkey is all right. I'm here for the cranberry sauce and the stuffing.
Hey, nice. Now, do you put gravy on your cranberry sauce and stuffing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hey, that's what I love to hear. That's what I love to hear. Just be prepared, man, because the Great Turkey War is coming. And, you know, it's been a rough year for everybody, and we just need to hit this thing strong. So that was the question that I had to ask you about that. Now, the final question that I have for you to wrap this thing up is, to anybody that would like to get into cosplay, what is some advice that you would give them?
Definitely just, I know it feels a little weird at first going and like dressing up in crazy outfits, but do it because you love it, not because somebody's telling you to do it or you are too scared to do it. There's so many of us out here now with cosplay. Cosplay has become huge within the past like 5 years. It's not abnormal now to tell people that, oh, I like dressing up, I like going to cons, I like making videos in my room. It's normal now. Just be comfortable with who you are in your own skin. You'll make friends in the community, no matter what. You always do. People are genuinely warm, welcoming. There are a couple bad apples in the group, like there always is, no matter what you do. But for the most part, we're a very loving community. So don't be scared. Don't be worried. Just put on your outfit and come on.
Awesome. So thank you so much for joining me up here on a brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer. You guys heard them. Take their advice, run with it. You say run, like they say in My Hero Academia. So before I let you go, let everybody in social media land know where they can find you at.
Okay, so my Instagram is Skies in My Eyes, Cos. I'm on there all the time. Same with TikTok. And that's pretty much it. I only really use those 2 apps.
All right, bet. Thank you again, like I said, for coming up here and joining me. Make sure you prepare for the Great Turkey War. Like I told you, everybody that's watching, make sure that you prepare for the Great Turkey War, because it's coming and it's coming fast. And that's what she said. You know where you can find me, your hero Benjamin Banks at King Benji _Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching this new episode of Who's That Cosplayer. Like I always say, keep that pinky up, stay positive, and prepare for the Great Turkey War. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.